It's hard to follow when you lit.
Yo, what's good, my guy?
Thank you for having me. You're being audited, by the way.
I need you to pull the mic closer, bro. Yeah.
Thanks for having me. You're being audited. That's all. We've been trying to reach you
Yeah.
about your car's extended warranty.
Enjoy. Enjoy your process.
This is it. That's the whole reason why I'm here. That's the whole reason why I agreed.
I can believe it.
Are you happy with your current cheese provider?
Cheese provider is crazy.
That's crazy.
You don't remember getting them calls back, like when you had like just the one wired phone at the house? They'd be calling about the dumbest stuff. You want to buy some new knives?
If I
Cutco
don't know
knives.
what the fuck, if I don't know the phone number, I'm not answering.
You couldn't check back then. You
I had
had
caller ID.
you had the one phone in the kitchen, and that was it. One of the
You
long
talking
ass
about
Bro, I
cords.
wasn't struggling. We had phones in every room. I had my own phone line and everything.
There was a time when every house only had one phone.
There was a time when you know the song.
I'm not getting paid to
Finish
sing.
the
I'm
line.
actually not getting paid at all. I'm not singing.
I'm glad you know. I'm glad you know.
Don't start that narrative.
You will be billed. I did not expect to be paid, but you will be billed.
I was about to say, go ahead, send the invoice.
When that check do hit, I'm gonna say we've had this outstanding bill for 7 months. You've known about it. We've called you several times.
Yep. Yo, what's good, bro? How you feeling?
We feeling, bro. It's been a process, but we're getting through it.
When the fuck did you develop this country ass accent?
I think when I put the boots on this morning.
It's the boots.
It's the
Can they
boots.
see the boots?
Yeah, they can see.
You can see the boots?
Yeah,
Oh, all right. Maybe it was the
you can
boots.
see them.
I'm used to
So
talking.
when I got my Jordans, I don't
I was
sound
about
like
to say
this.
I'm used to talking to a lot of with the J's.
I don't sound like that kid from Malibu, but
Yeah, nah.
I definitely sound a little bit different.
Malibu, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
Nah,
if I ever
not
act like
be
that,
right.
slap the fuck out of me.
Not be red.
Slap the fuck out of me.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the living room. My name is Love, and tonight I'm in the living room with my guy, the artist, the DJ, my white friend,
The cowboy.
Listen,
the
I'm not gonna
cowboy,
lie, I was scared of
the
what he was gonna say next.
the cowboy, the legend, my guy Latta. Welcome to the living room, bro.
Thanks for having me.
How
It's
many times
crazy
you gonna
that
say
a lot
thanks for
of
having me?
I've never been here.
Yeah, that's,
I've never been here. Listen,
Yeah,
I've known
but-
you for how long?
I don't know.
It's been like
Long
It's been
enough.
long enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I've been
two
to your
years.
house
like
a lot.
7
Yeah,
times.
I wasn't counting, but
I've
the
only
fact
had,
that you're a
I only
white
had
man and
7
you-
events since I met you, so I know it's been.
I've been
7
to your
times.
house without an event. But the fact that you know how many times
Was I
I've been
there?
to your house and you're my white friend, I don't know.
Hold on. Was I there? I only counted 7. Okay. Are you counting like leaving and going to the liquor store and coming back? Because that's still one trip for me.
Probably. I don't know, bro. I be drunk.
7.5.
I be drunk.
Fuck.
We'll round up. I'll go back and check the cameras.
I had to come back and get some shit that I left a couple times.
I don't remember that.
I left my
You
jacket
be
at your
drunk
house.
too.
I mean, I am at home. What a better place to be?
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely the best place to be when you're drunk.
Hey, stop doing cocaine signals on our podcast.
It's pollen. It's not cocaine.
Yeah.
I'm white. I'm not white. We don't do that. What? I've never been. You know I don't be with white girls. Any way, shape, or form.
With a lot of, man, please tell these people about yourself. Tell them who you are and all that good shit before we get to talking about music and all this other type of shit.
All right. I'm Grady, baby. I've been DJing for like the last 12, 13, going on 13 years now. Do a little bit of music. Just recently started taking it seriously. Probably the last year and a half. My first song, I didn't even release it. My friends released it for me and said, oh, by the way, it's coming out. Congratulations. I'm like,
That's exactly why I don't give my friends access to my music.
it wasn't on my hard drive. I was like, hey, I'll bounce it to you later. And it's one of those things. And like 6 months later, by the way, your release date is. I'm like,
Yeah, I know my niggas would definitely love to have a field day with such access to my music. So
Listen.
they don't have
I
access.
never
to
plan
it.
on releasing music. I just like doing it, creating vibes, whatever. It's like a therapy.
A therapy session.
Yeah, most definitely.
Definitely. I mean, it depends on what we're writing about, but
That record I played over there, that song will never come out. Never come out.
What's that song called?
Watch your mouth.
the song that'll never
Listen.
come out.
He needs to sign an NDA. Because I already know it. Wrong point of time.
You should have had your friend sign an NDA.
I should have had her sign a lot of things.
Yeah.
I should have had her sign a lot of things.
What's the name of the record that came out?
So only I got out now is Drowning.
Oh yeah, I was about to say Swimming Pool, but Drowning. Yeah.
It's close enough.
No man, you know, I mean, you could drown in a chub. Ooh, that's not gonna age well. But
I was thinking, oh, we're gonna have to cut that out.
yeah, no, probably not.
We're
but yeah, it's a lot of work editing. You know,
Get that AI to do it. You'll be all right.
AI's not gonna be able to say, hey, you know what? She just said something about Beyonce, so we're gonna cut that out. AI's gonna look for me to be like, hey, cut these things out. But whatever.
It is what it is.
It definitely is what it is.
Stand on business. You said what you said.
Definitely. Could have been records.
If you drown in a bathtub,
Standing on business.
Standing on
Yeah, standing on
you ain't
business.
gonna watch it anyways. If you drown in the bathtub.
I don't even want to talk about that no more. So are you, like you said, you're fucking with it for real? You fucking with music for real now? Like as a DJ, do you think that gives you the upper hand, or do you think that puts you in a space where, like, you've already been put in a box as a DJ for 12 years? You think people are gonna take it serious?
I feel like it could go either way. It just depends on how I play it. Because being a DJ for the last, we'll say 12 years, I know what records, like the life expectancy of most records. If you get in the right hand, any record will hit. It's just a matter of how long.
Yeah, true.
There's a couple records that you've heard one summer and never heard them again. There's a couple records that came out 10 years ago and you hear them every weekend still.
That's cap. I mean, not cap. That's facts.
That's facts.
So, I mean, it's just...
It's records that you heard 30 years ago.
Exactly. It's...
They won't leave Tevin Campbell.
You know, you can hear that timeless feeling and you can almost recognize it after you've been playing it for so long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They won't leave Tevin Campbell the fuck alone.
Listen, he's got so many other records besides Can We Talk that's so dope, and no one knows him.
Nah, people know I'm ready.
But apparently no DJ outside of...
They don't play it, though.
I play him.
Yeah, I know you do.
That's the reason why I'm not booked. I'm not playing the same 12 records.
Oh,
all
your
week.
camera right there,
Oh,
bro.
that's me?
Yeah, that's your camera.
Well, that's why I'm not booked. I know more than 12 songs.
Nah, that's cap. We already talked about why you're not booked. But I'm going to leave that alone.
NDAs for everybody. What the fuck you guys put in my drink?
Nothing.
The ski
You
mask
made
came
your
on.
drink. And you cracked your own bottle.
I think
Well,
Mo poured it.
that might be an issue.
Good hospitality. Good hospitality. That's all.
You know, your track record of pouring drinks is not that good. Now think about it.
He's a horrible bartender.
I think there was a fight at that party because you was pouring drinks.
That probably would have been me pouring drinks.
Listen, I'm glad you left right before that happened because
Oh yeah, shit would have got different.
real different. When I tell you, I kicked everybody out so quick. That's the last real party I had.
I probably would. Never mind.
I think that was the last one I was at.
That's the last one I had.
Let me shut the
I had a
fuck
couple
up.
little
Let me
five
shut the
pieces.
fuck up.
Let me shut the fuck up. But what you think? I'm not gonna tell you to tell me how or tell them how.
I don't think I answered
play
your
it.
question at all. I think I skated around it.
No, you said you think it'll be taken seriously, depending upon how you play the situation out. And I'm not gonna ask you how you're gonna play the situation out, because then motherfuckers gonna be looking for you to play it out like you said you was gonna play it out. And
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't answer if I wanted to. Listen, I'm gonna wing it. If it's me, we're gonna wing it.
but you've already put out a record, and the record got a ton of streams already.
That's the only reason why I'm taking it seriously, because with no PR, no promo, no nothing behind it. I had a video. We're not dropping it. I'll never drop that video.
That's crazy because the video.
I will
was
never
already-
drop that video.
That's cap because you had a party to release the video.
Right.
We're gonna remake the video.
I just think you like to throw parties.
I'm not dropping that
reason
video. Listen,
for this party.
I'm
so
not
it's
dropping that video ever.
He threw a whole party.
We're gonna
Party.
remake that video.
He threw a whole party
For
and
that
said, "This
video.
is my
Just
video
for that
release,"
video.
and never released the video. This is my video release night. I think he just liked it. He didn't have a reason to throw a party this week, so he was like, "All right, fuck it. Let's just say."
You know I don't need a reason. I'll drop a text. Everybody pull up.
I mean, you know.
Okay, juice, man.
Yeah.
It ain't like that. It's just everyone knows when they come to my house, except for that one Halloween party. It's always
That's a cool
vibes.
vibe,
Like
for sure.
you have a band come through. Everybody gets to sing. Whether you can sing or not, you're gonna sing.
Yeah, you probably should stop that part. Whether you can sing or not, that part.
I mean, but everyone had fun, was it not?
Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah, but everybody had fun because the people that were singing could sing.
But also have more people that can sing come
Yeah,
than
you
people
do
that
have
can't
that
sing.
type of.
And also, I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable. Oh, well, I can't sing. I'm not going to enjoy this. You know, people can get drunken in their feelings real quick.
I mean, you know, you
They'd
could
be
be a
like,
part of the audience. We need an audience.
But even just get the mic for a couple little 1, 2.
People be scared though.
But that's the point.
I was about to say people
Liquid
do be
courage,
scared.
though.
Yeah, but people be scared. Like I ain't gonna hold you. When you tried to give the mic away to a lot of people, they were like, "Nah."
Nah. Well, that was because
sounded
that was
crazy.
after a certain person's performance.
Sounded crazy.
And that's where all my problems start. Both on and off camera.
But nah, I think.
NDAs.
But I do think that for the most part, like when those situations do happen at your house, there are more musicians there than not.
Oh, I make a point to make it that way.
Yeah, but it'd be a vibe. It'd definitely be a vibe.
And I make a point not to do them all the time. So when I do it, it's actually genuine. It's not like a gimmick. Like, okay, yeah, let's do another party at Latta's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I don't do that either.
Like, it's very few, far between. Maybe 2, maybe 3 a year, if that. There ain't been nothing the last couple of years.
Yeah, I used to do karaoke here
after
fucking-
every
after karaoke after party karaoke
facts.
after
I bet
party.
that's a lot of fun. I wouldn't know.
because you
see
didn't
what-
show
I
up.
see what you did there, Lotta. I bet that's a lot of
Hold
fun.
on, let me move this up so I
Wow.
bet that's a lot of
You know what's
fun.
crazy? You've been invited to every last one of
them.
those. Because guess what?
Ain't nobody
were
ask you,
DJ.
Otis.
Right.
Ain't nobody ask you, Otis. That's the reason we done got a
I
camera
will-
on you.
In his defense, he
Quit
did
calling me out.
have back then. He did have the other
The other spot.
karaoke spot that he would go to.
Yeah. I forgot the name of that joint. but
I
yeah.
don't even remember.
Trash.
What day was it?
Yeah, it was
Trash day.
Fridays.
Fridays.
Yeah,
Ain't
that shit
something
was
on
trash.
Fridays?
Nah, I think you did it on Thursdays.
You
and
did it
would
on
just go there.
Thursdays, but we used to go there. Used to go there after Friday. After the
It's
Friday
okay,
night.
but because these people don't know.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
Nah, that
yeah,
shit
it's
was-
okay.
That shit was bad.
We're having a good time. So, are you about to drop another record?
I've got probably about 4 or 5 I'm working on now. And
You're working on 5 records at one time?
yes. Because the way I work is, thanks, these leather pants. I'm going to stop there. 'Cause
Yeah, leave it there.
pause. We're about to pause the whole video, and you're going to watch the rest of it because that's going to be a big pause.
Yeah, we're having a good time.
Hell yeah, brother.
Uh-huh.
What was the question?
You work on 5 records
That's-
at one time.
Oh, yeah.
That seems to happen
So-
a lot on this pod.
What?
What was the question?
Oh yeah.
Listen, we get lost in the sauce sometimes. It's like we're hanging out. You forget we're doing a podcast.
Yeah, that's true. That's exactly what podcasting is. Just hanging out.
But I'm doing 5 right now at a time because the way I am is I overthink things. So my producer, he's like, I see this your problem. I dealt with this before. Let's switch it up. So as soon as you start overthinking the record and it starts feeling like you're forcing it, you're trying to hit everything. Let's just switch it, do a whole different song, take your mind off it, and we'll come back around eventually.
Yeah, that works.
That makes sense.
When I'm writing records, I'll normally do hook and verse. Won't finish the second verse or won't finish the song, so I don't get caught in a space of trying to force the rest of the song.
Right. See,
Yeah. And I'll revisit it some other time.
I'm very over analytical, so I'll overthink something until it's not even worth thinking about it anymore. So when it comes to music, you can't do that. That's the reason why I would never release anything. That's why when Drowning came out, I was just as surprised as you guys were. I didn't hear the final mix till it was dropped. I didn't hear it.
That's
We had the
crazy.
release party at my house. I was enjoying it just like you guys were. I was like, okay, this is better than I thought it was going to be.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
But, I mean, I appreciate them. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to, I know it. I'm not going to start naming people. If you guys help me with that, because I don't want to miss anybody.
Shouts out to y'all.
Yeah, shout out to
Y'all
y'all.
helped him. Because Drowning is actually a dope record.
Yeah, I just hit 500,000 streams last time I checked.
That's what's up.
Boy, talk about white privilege.
Man, what?
I think it's the fact that you can't see who's on the cover, and there's only one song, so I'm not flooding everybody with a bunch of tracks. That's all you get from me. You don't know who I am. You know nothing about me.
I had one record out for 3 years, and I got like 20,000 streams
That's good though.
from a
Talk
person that
about
just
white
said he got
privilege.
500,000.
But listen,
Look at
it's
the
not a
pity
numbers
party.
game. It's not a numbers game.
Yeah,
It's
for
not.
you. I'm
know,
fucking with you.
You know
bro.
how many people listen though? It's like less than 10,000.
Well, they listen 50 times.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm not reaching a new audience. I just have people that are like, yo, it's a 2-minute song. It's actually just under 2 minutes. So it's just enough that you want me to
know the
say.
record.
I wish there was more.
Bro, I'm fucking with you. Like,
Okay.
yeah,
I was like, look.
I'm fucking with you. I don't even know how many streams I get.
I was about to say, look, that was not the
Too
point of that.
busy fucking podcasting. I don't even know how many streams I got.
I mean, but while we at it, they do need to go stream Falling and Hard to Find.
No, Falling is crazy. First time I heard Falling, I was like, bro, listen, I don't know if I can hit some of them notes, but let me have that record. You talking about you don't release it? He's like, nah, I can't do it. I said, bro, let me have that record.
I mean, you can whisper it. You can like yell it to the record's out.
Listen, I wanted Falling. There's a couple other ones. I ain't going to say them because I don't know what your plan is for them.
I don't know.
And I don't even name some either. But it's a couple other records we played at the studio that one night. I was like, bro, these are all
fire.
like,
Thanks,
this
bro.
motherfucker don't miss.
Oh, I miss. I just don't play the misses.
And there's a secret, y'all. If it sucks, don't play it.
But it's not. But see, for me, my bar is so high that what I might consider a miss,
Right.
motherfuckers might consider it a record.
Okay.
Like, what are we doing?
What do you consider
I don't
a
consider-
hit in your standard? Like, what do you decide what you can play and what you're not gonna play?
Something
Where's
that
that
makes
line?
people emote.
Okay. Well, how you gonna tell someone how to emote?
I can't tell you how to emote, but
Exactly.
but if you have a reaction that's emotional to the record, I think that's more important than how many times people listen to it.
Is that how Cake came out with Rihanna and Chris Brown?
Who?
You know that song Cake?
Oh,
Is
probably.
that how the song came out?
Probably. I don't know.
That was sarcasm. It was a terrible record.
I mean,
Oh,
They said Cake 100 times.
He said
That's-
that's a terrible record.
but it wasn't a terrible record. It was.
It's a terrible
Did
record.
the Dream write that?
Nigga, you gonna look at me?
The only reason I said it is because the Dream
Pick
is
somebody.
the
They
most.
could have wrote it.
That's true. But the only reason I said that is because the Dream is a very repetitive writer.
I feel like there's songs you can get away with repeating, and it works.
And
Like
then
the new Tank record that came out.
let's not talk about it.
He repeated that song. He repeated that same line a lot, and it works. Because I mean, it's just gonna be a little bop. No one's gonna go wake up tomorrow and say, "I have to stream this record."
Before we get started, that's
Yeah.
the record you talking about?
Like it's a nice little bop. Like it'll last for summer, and that'll be it.
Yeah, but
It's like Hotline Blink. No
Yeah,
one ever
the
wakes up and
Dream.
says, "Bro, I have to play Hotline Blink."
let's see, Hotline Bling did something to another record, bro. Like Hotline Bling was, she liked the cha cha,
Facts.
and then let's just take this momentum
And run with
and
it.
run with it. Like, so it's a little bit different.
But you got summer records, and then you got records that's gonna last forever.
Yeah, I mean, but my bar, or like I said, what makes the record a hit to me
Mhm.
is, and I know what hits, right? I know what sounds good, but the record that mean the most to me are the records that I watch people having like reactions to. That's not just surface reaction. Like I fuck with Yeah Glow, but I think that Yeah Glow is like a surface reaction record.
It's a summer bop.
I don't know. Yeah Glow might be one of them ones.
That joint crank.
It might be one of them
It
ones.
remind me of
Wait,
like
okay,
them.
the thing about it, when you say it's a summer bop, and by the way, Love, The Dream did write that record. But
Yeah,
when you say
I'm good
a
at it.
summer bop, yeah, we know that nigga. When you say a summer bop, you act like the summer. Like
There's a lot of
it's
summer
always
bops.
a summer. It's
Like
gonna be summer.
there's a lot of
forever.
summer bops that are still taking off. Like the summer bop when Dreams and Nightmares came out. That was a song of the summer. That's what I mean. Like that's a song of the summer. Like
Yeah, 17. I mean, not 17 summers, but 10 summers.
I think that new Tank record is gonna be his attempt at being a song of the summer. Like he wants it to be that nice little R&B, like that Usher good. Like last summer, in the year when that shit came out, that's what everyone wanted to hear. Hey, play that. I think that's his. Let me throw my hat in there, try to get one of these.
I think you should try again. But I love Tank, but
Listen, I'm a Tank fan.
I am too.
My favorite Tank record is people like, what? I'm like, you got to go through and listen to B selections. Like,
And that's what
you're
I'm talking
one,
about.
crazy.
And that's what I'm talking about. The B selections are the ones like Throwback on Usher's album.
Yeah.
Throwback wasn't a single. The fans made that a single because they were emotionally attached to that record.
Facts.
And that's what made it a hit.
I mean, Marvin's Room. Everyone knows Marvin's Room. I've never heard on the radio one time except for like late night and some DJ's mix for 30 seconds and they cut it off before you even realize what song is playing.
Just like Fall for Your Type. Like, Fall for Your Type was a sleeper.
It's a hit.
But it was a hit when Jamie Foxx came out with it because it wasn't on that mixtape. It was, and
I miss
everybody
Jamie
already
doing
knew.
music. I miss Jamie Foxx doing music.
I miss Jamie Foxx doing music as well.
I don't even care if he does it behind the scenes. He just writes and just.
He's not really. I don't think he's a writer though.
But I'm saying if that's how we have to get him back into music, I'd still appreciate that because the way he
Knows how to.
exactly like you either got it or you don't.
He got it.
Like the same way,
Pause.
like he's a good actor, comedian, music. Like
He is.
some people just understand that type of lifestyle.
He does.
Like Ocho Cinco, he's an overall pretty well athlete. Like he just gets it. He may not be the best in every aspect, but he just understands. Like I love Michael Jordan, but he cannot play baseball to save his life. He's a great basketball player, but he wasn't an overall athlete in my opinion.
never watched the baseball games.
You didn't miss much.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It was like 3 strikes and then, hey, let's walk him because it's Michael Jordan.
I mean, if you could get away with it, got me fucked up. I'm gonna take that check too.
I mean,
Especially
you watch the documentary
what
about Michael Jordan?
The Last Dance.
the Last Dance.
Yeah. They said the whole reason he played baseball was because he had gambling debt and he had to get out of.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna go into
Yeah,
that.
no Michael Jordan slander.
I mean,
We're not slandering. Never slander Michael Jordan.
but I would have took that check too. Like fuck it. Like especially if it's gonna get me out of gambling debt. But if you're asking me would I have left the NBA at like the precipice of my career, at the peak of my career, it depends on how large that motherfucking gambling debt was. Cause
I think it was the point to where he needed a break. He needed a change.
I don't give a fuck. At 3 championships,
You can do something so much that you don't even enjoy it anymore. Sometimes you need to step away.
yeah, and that's what he did.
If you're in a public light, how far can you step away without stepping away completely?
Who the fuck knows? But how you feel about R&B music right now?
I feel like the people who should be getting their flowers aren't.
Give them their flowers. Who you talking about?
I think Luke James.
I know who you talking about.
He's probably one of the best male R&B singers up and coming. But I don't hear him on no radio time. I don't
But
hear.
does he have records though? And that's a lot.
He's got nice records.
He does.
He's got nice records. I mean, compared to other things that are on the radio, I'm like, how did this get on here? I feel like it's more of like a money thing. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. They got the budget to push it. I mean, there's some songs I'm like, there's no way this is on the radio, and they were hits. I say hits very lightly. I'm not gonna say no names.
I mean, like you said, with the right budget, you can almost make anything a hit. The right people in the right budget.
There's a lot of songs that came out like, there's no way this was ever top of the charts, and it was.
It was. Yeah, I was about to say it absolutely was.
But honestly, all it takes is that one time in the limelight, and you can run with it. There's a lot of artists that came up out of nowhere just because they had that one viral moment and they knew how to play it right.
I agree.
Especially now with TikTok and Instagram and.
So other than Luke James, who else?
I'm gonna forget people. I feel like
I mean,
Shawn Millie, he's a new guy. He's coming up too. He's got some nice records out that I'm like, bro, he sounds just like Tank. He's got some records that sounds like Tank, and there's some other records that I'm like, bro.
That's the guy you played. That's the guy you was playing, right? Yeah.
He got a song called Janae. Go stream it. It's really dope. He kind of flipped that song from Janae Aiko. I can't think of it. Like,
it's okay. Just go listen to it.
Listen, it's Janae by Shawn Millie. He yodels at the end. That shit's so smooth.
Yeah,
I'm like, who the fuck is this man yodeling? And like, you like, it works.
See, it probably won't work to the black community like that. But it's at the end of the song. He already caught you.
Right. He already got you at that point.
Yeah,
like,
he already got you.
You ain't gonna open the gate with some.
Also, what's the name was yodeling and her shit caught. K Michelle was yodeling.
Yeah.
And her shit caught.
I mean, you either got or you don't. Like,
Either you got it or you don't for the yodel.
so
is
listen, like
crazy.
it's the same thing with scatting. Like
oh yeah,
early '90s, like some people were scatting, they were killing it,
some people were
and some
scared.
people are doing it. I'm like, yo,
like kill yourself.
what
not
the
kill
hell are
yourself.
you doing? Like, this is not it. Like, it was miserable. It was painful to watch.
Mm.
Kevin Ross.
Shit's gonna laugh. All that other bullshit.
Kevin Ross is a monster.
He definitely needs his flowers because I mean he's got his version of Prototype. I love 3 Stacks. I'm an Outkast fan all day, but his version of Prototype
3 Stacks is not a singer though.
is what that song should have been.
Yeah.
Like, I always loved the original version.
Not
but-
you just said 3 Stacks version was a cover. I'm not a cover, but a reference.
Like it really
Yeah.
was because I mean
His version of
when you hear Kevin Ross' version of Prototype, it's like this is what I didn't know I wanted to hear.
yeah, it was. What's the name? Was the Prototype? The Stacks version was the Prototype.
Yeah, that's funny.
You know what I'm saying? But I got like, I feel like there are some people out here that definitely need their flowers, and I do agree with you. Like, I think Luke is one of them. I think that in terms of records, Trevor Jackson is one of them.
Yes.
Um,
See, I don't want to start naming people because I know I'm gonna forget people, and I'm gonna get home and be like, I should have said this name and this name and this name.
there's a guy who just had a moment. His name is Saint Harrison. Had a song called Homies, and Ego.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think he's from overseas though. But there's quite a few people that.
Did you send me one of those records?
Yeah, I did.
I'm about to say that's. I think it came from you.
But there are people that. But I think that there are still mainstream people that are still killing.
Oh, Love needs his flowers.
Bro, they know me.
I just met you today.
Right, I know.
I had to sign an NDA, or I tell y'all.
Yeah, he would probably.
I know someone who already told y'all.
Mm-hmm.
If you were there that one night at band camp,
One time had band camp.
right?
No, this is not that type of pod. That sounds like it's going somewhere else. But I appreciate it. I think that there are some people that are mainstream that are still killing it though. I think that.
Oh yeah, I think the people that in the head of the R&B game right now, mainstream, they're doing what needs to be done. But I thought there's people who could push you to the next level. Because at what point are they complacent?
I don't know.
If you don't really have anybody challenge it, if you're the best person in the room,
yeah,
then
but you're not. So I think that being an artist is humbling as of right now, and I think that we're moving into a space of, we're moving in a space of the songwriters are winning, where the songwriters are winning. So we have like Leon Thomas. He's a producer and a songwriter.
I know Breaking Point is crazy.
Breaking Point is fucking amazing. We
A
have
remix to that song. I normally hate remixes, but a remix of that song was just what you needed.
We got Money Long at the forefront.
Listen, shout out Brian Michael Cox.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
But Money Long was a songwriter for a ton of time, but now is
I think she wrote California King Bed.
she wrote California King Bed. She wrote quite a few things. She
Yeah.
wrote a lot for.
I just found that one
a lot
on
for
TikTok the
Ariana.
other day.
She wrote a lot for Ariana Grande as well. Who else? Lucky Day was a songwriter before.
I knew that one.
But right now, the songwriters are the people like Vito, songwriter. Eric Bellinger, of course, songwriter.
Eric don't miss.
But right now,
Crazy.
the people that are, of course, the people that are up here, like the Usher, the Beyonce, like they're not missing either, but they're jumping outside of the box that I guess they were put in to create new sounds. When the songwriters, they're still introducing themselves as a new artist or as a newer artist
In
to
that
people
same bag of the
in that
records
same
they
bag
was
that they've been writing in forever. So now they're being catapulted to the forefront, especially with the direct-to-consumer market with like TikTok and with Instagram and YouTube and so forth and so on. So I think that music is in a great space, but I think that some of the fluff or some of the clout music is still clouding
I think it always will.
I don't know, but it's clouding differently now. Like it's clouding it's fogging up the way to see where the good shit is. So now we really gotta scour Apple Music and all the streaming platforms to find good R&B music at this point.
We're gonna have to fix that then.
I don't
How
have
so?
the tools to fix
We're
it.
gonna have to fix that.
How so?
I think that it.
We're gonna come up with some kind of platform. To
I
where
think
you just go looking
songwriters
for-
just need to, as opposed to waiting for clout or waiting for another motherfucker to render your record. If you are a vocalist, but if you're not a vocalist, I mean, of course,
You don't even have to be a vocal sometimes. Sometimes the records don't need all that.
I mean, sometimes, but
Sometimes
I'm saying
you can just sit and you can just
for instance,
stay in your
Jermaine
pocket.
Dupri, right? A hell of a writer, but he can't sing like Usher. So if I was Jermaine Dupri, I would just stick by Usher. You know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
stick by somebody that can sing. But if you're a songwriter and you can sing your own records and you've performed your records and you're using songwriting as an avenue to get in certain rooms, I think you should just put the records out now. Because
do you think that really?
yeah, I do. Now. I do think that.
Okay, now.
Mhm.
Got it. Make sure
Unless
y'all
I,
go.
Because
because
I
I
feel
hard
like-
drive full of records I heard that I have not heard them ever again.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna put them all out at one time.
And you wouldn't even send them to me, so I could vibe to them.
Yeah. So
yeah, he doesn't do that.
Yeah, what would the point?
I got a
be?
couple of them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I mean,
It's hijack season.
Right.
don't worry about it. Never mind. But I think that the reason I think that should happen is because right now, and I'm trying not to be biased, but I think that
Be biased.
this
Who's gonna hold you accountable?
I don't give a fuck about being held accountable.
I'm saying no
about
one
the way
knows who
I
you
feel.
really are.
Well, they can me as my persona, they can hold me accountable. But my thing is, I think that right now, or not even right now, I think that the labels and the egos that are the artists have held other songwriters back for so long. And right now, it's a
Ego definitely
songwriter.
plays a big part.
And I think that right now there's a songwriters renaissance that's happening, and it's going well for the songwriters. So I think that other songwriters should take note and like really run up that renaissance, like really put out the records yourself, and
What's it gonna hurt?
stop holding the records for somebody else, and the record may or may not come out, or you gotta wait until the end of the whole situation to get your publishing and so forth and so on. And then if you are the pure songwriter, you might not deliver it as well as a Beyonce would, or as well as a Usher would, or as well as
But it could be a 3 Stacks and Kevin Ross.
it could be.
Down the road, you can get a remix and get that check again.
It could be. It
I
could
mean,
be
there's a
all
lot of
those things.
songs that's been out for years that's been remixed. Like, what's that?
Fall for Your Type is one of those. Fall for Your Type was on Drake's mixtape, and Jamie Foxx asked to buy it, and he bought it and put it out.
Tennessee Whiskey. That Chris Stapleton. That song's been done by like 10 people.
Yeah, and what's the name just killed it.
And listen, bro.
T-Pain just killed that shit on that live. On the live.
Bro,
Oh my god.
T-Pain can sing. Like,
Yes, you can.
Yeah, he's a hell of a performer too.
Yeah.
I went to his. He was on tour. His last show on the tour. He's a hell of a.
I'd like to see him on tour. I feel like he'd put on a good show. Like,
You-
I've seen clips and stuff,
you
but
would fit
it's never
right
the
in.
same.
You would fit right in.
I would fit. What does that mean?
You're white.
Yes.
That's what that means.
T-Pain.
What do you mean by that?
What do you
What do you mean
by
by
that?
that?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, you would fit right in, my brother.
That's racist.
That's fuck.
This
No
is the
one-
first happenstance of white racism.
Is it?
Caught on camera.
Black racism. You mean black racism?
No, racism against white people.
Oh, against white.
Against white people.
Oh, we
All
didn't
right.
grow up where we grew up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Never mind.
this is my first time.
On to the next.
Is this what it feels like? That sucks. This
I don't
fucking
know,
sucks,
This is
yo.
on my third day out here. I don't know. But who do you like? Who would you want to work with? If you
If I could
like,
pick anybody,
you could pick anybody to work with for your second record. Who would you pick to work with?
like as-be artist or overall like
As an
producer.
artist. As no, I was gonna get to the production and writing, but who would you like?
If
to
I
work
could
with?
do a feature with somebody right now,
No, they have the feature on your record.
Oh, they have a feature on my record?
Mm-hmm. Are you going to take...
How many can I name?
Are you going... The one.
Just one?
Yeah, are you going to take the money play or are you going to take the heart-wrenching play?
I'd probably go with her.
I think that's a great...
I feel like we'd have a nice fit for the way I sing and the way that she compliments. Like...
Are you saying... Are
Like,
you talking about musically?
I'm talking about musically.
All right. I'm just making sure.
I mean...
You gotta ask
I mean...
I mean, it is what it is. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Somebody tag her in the comments real quick.
Yeah, please.
please.
My number is... No. I think if I was doing a smart play, I'd pick her.
Mm.
But if I could pick someone who I just want to work with, I'd probably say either Anthony Hamilton for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Or D'Angelo.
That's a great choice.
Like, I feel like just being around with the music process, how they write and how they came up with records, like, I feel like it'd be nice to be around that. But
I think her has amazing records as well.
But I feel like music-wise, me and her could make a record that would sound like it fits. If I did a song with D'Angelo tomorrow, I'd be like, what? Who the fuck is this white kid singing with D'Angelo? Like,
I don't know. I think
they'd skip to the second verse and
there's a purist clout. There's like an R&B purist clout that comes with working with the likes of those like D'Angelo. Like D'Angelo don't come out the house for nobody.
I just don't see my voice and his voice meshing on the same record.
You should work with. I'm thinking you talking about like production.
Oh no, I thought you were saying like we do a record together. Like I get verse 1, they get verse 2.
I think D'Angelo could like kind of work out with anybody's voice.
Yeah, but I feel like it'd make more sense for me to market something with her. Like, okay, I could see how they came up with this.
I think that there needs to be a lot more male-female duets.
Like that Untitled song is crazy. Like, if you can't sing, just sit down.
I don't know if I like Untitled more than I like Send It Up.
He's got so many records, but like some of his records, like you can fake it. Like if you're doing karaoke, you can fake it and get away with it. But D'Angelo's Untitled is so stripped down. There's no music behind. There's no real background until like the end. So you're struggling through 3/4 of the song. If you can't hold your own, I'm like, why is this man up here doing slam poetry over Untitled? Girl, it's only you. Have it your way. Like if you can't sing, like don't do it. You could cruise through cruise.
Production.
Yeah, I mean,
No pun intended, but I'm saying like that song's got enough melodic, like
Cruising
background and like.
It's a Smokey song.
But a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah,
Some people only get fed what they see.
Yeah,
Some
but
people actually go back and dig.
I need y'all to know. Cruising.
It definitely is a smoke.
It's a Smokey song because y'all playing with Smokey right now. Y'all keep talking about motherfucker gang banging, smoking that smoke, doing that dope.
That's a hit.
I need y'all to stop
That's
playing
a
with
hit.
Smokey. Stop playing on Smokey's top. Like Smokey ain't right the
Stop
best
playing on
shit
his what?
on his top. Like he
Pause.
ain't right the best shit. I mean whatever.
Pause.
But
That's a hit. Gang banging.
Listen,
right.
that was a whole different era for music.
Mm.
Like, music was better when
When it was
it
pure?
didn't matter what you look like.
I don't know.
Like, there's some people that's got some records. You go back and look at them like,
You
how
don't know.
the fuck did
I
you
don't
make
know.
it?
You don't know.
I think the music was pure.
Now it's all about, oh, I can sell your image. We'll put some auto tune on you and
Yeah.
put you in artist development, and you'll be able to skate by a couple summers. And if you take off, cool. If not, I'll get my money and get on.
I agree.
Like,
1,000%.
you actually had to sing back then. Like, if you couldn't sing, it don't matter what you look like. You could look like Beyonce. But if you
sorry,
can't
bro.
sing,
I'm sorry, bro.
you're not moving on.
That's cap. Like, and I love these people that I'm about to name, but I gotta keep it a bean. Like, I gotta keep it 1,000. Diana Ross, Dionne Warwick, they were not amazing singers. They were subpar singers. So much so that Dionne Warwick was so much so of a mediocre singer that Luther Vandross damn near took her entire catalog and redid it in the 90s or the 80s and the 90s and eclipsed. Nobody even knew that those were Dionne Warwick's records.
But they've been doing that for years, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it always, especially as a woman, it almost always mattered what you look like, unless you were Aretha Franklin and you had that powerhouse voice. And Aretha Franklin wasn't a bad looking woman; she was just bigger.
Right. But I'm saying like now, you don't even have to have the
And
talent.
she was a bully.
You don't even have to have the talent. You can just look like something, and they're gonna.
But they can make you
something.
But see, they can make you a rapper now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
some of these movies where they're doing like musicals and stuff, like these people can't sing. They just got auto-tune on them, and you look like how we want you to look. We'll figure out everything else behind the scenes.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I was saying like it was better when you didn't have to have this certain look.
I also think that came with a certain feeling. The music came with a certain
Most definitely.
feeling. So that music back then made you emote. It made you like screw your face up, like, and not like screw your face up when a nigga got like a great bar or two, but
Right.
no, like screw your face up, like, oh my God, I felt that at this
Exactly.
point in
It's
time in my
relatable.
life. You know what I'm saying? When Lenny Williams was talking about how much he loved that woman, and he was like, I watched TV until TV went off, and niggas is like, well, hold up, TV go off?
TVs go off.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is he talking about? You know
Listen.
what I'm saying? Like,
Lenny Williams killed that.
he definitely did. And that's when music made people feel a certain type of way. And I think as the generations, I think like from the 30s to the 50s, 30s to the 40s to the 50s, right? Technology got better, and then we got better renditions of music, right? And then people got better at songwriting. And from the 50s to 60s to 70s, music just took the fuck off. Like, in terms of the way it made people feel and how descriptive it was. Then when we got to the 80s and the 90s, it was still descriptive. It was that sweet spot.
Right.
It was that sweet spot where it's like it still has the essence of where it came from. But when we got to the 2000s and the 2010s, it's like music became so technologically, like, think about it. The 80s, I think it was the 80s, when Roger Troutman came out with like Computer Love and all of that shit, right? That's like the birth of like auto-tune or whatever we want to call it, right? The
digital
talk box,
sound.
the digital sound, right?
To where everything wasn't done with a live instrument. You
Exactly.
could program it.
So when they started programming it, it was still a level of like dirt or grit to it, right? But now music is sounding it's so mixed and over engineered
Yeah, most definitely.
that the feeling is gone. Like, so every decade, I feel like the feeling is sucked more out of the music. So
that's why live shows are always better. Like if you go see someone with a band, that band's gonna hit 100 times harder than anyone just singing over the track.
Yeah, but
because that band can lock in, and if you got the right people around you,
but
that song's gonna hit.
Though. But that's the band.
Because
what about
you have
the
to be
artist?
able to push the music through what you're playing. It don't matter if you're the best artist in the world. If you don't have the best backing, I mean, if you got a Casio from Goodwill and this song up on a sample, like the sample's the little click track, whatever. No matter how good you sing, this song might do something, but it's not gonna be as well as if you have like a whole band who's
like
actually well seasoned. Is like, I know how to make you feel this. Like when I hit the guitar solo, you're like, yo, that's actually that man's playing that. Like, you can feel it. It's not just somebody saying, all right, let me hit this 1-4-5 real quick and then take it back to the top and we'll close out. And like you can tell when people are just playing music because they learned, and when people actually like, oh, you're not paying attention to me? Watch this. I'm gonna pull you in.
I think that I agree, because I do think that a live band adds an aspect to a show or a live show.
But I'm saying we missed that in the studio too.
That's
you
God.
can record that.
Absolutely.
If you got someone who's like, hey, this is how I felt when I wrote this record. This is what key we're in. This is the type of vibe. And you can express that through instrumentation, whether it's guitar, piano, drums, whatever. Like that Phil Collins drum run, you could do that digital and it's not gonna hit the same.
Bro, it's
a transition of emotion through music.
I was just on Instagram and she was sampling. She's a producer. She was sampling. And she was sampling Mint Condition. And I just hit her and was like, yo, Mint Condition drums hit different
Yeah.
because they're real drums every
Facts.
time, and everything is so computerized or
Because
what,
it's easy.
exactly. It is easy, but
I
also
could give
don't,
you a keyboard or a workstation and a key and a tempo, and you could bang me out 4 songs in less than an hour, and they all sound good. But they're not gonna hit like if we had.
once we get the musicians on it, when it's time to put this shit on stage
Yeah,
and go on tour,
it's gonna go crazy.
it's gonna go crazy. Yeah, but I think that's the same thing for the artists as well, though. I think that there are some artists that are just vocally talented that will sound better than they will sound better over the track than some other artists would sound in front of a band.
There's some people who cannot do all the runs, do all that crazy stuff, but every time they sing, you felt it. Like you're like, yo, I can feel like you're actually living through this. There's some people who can sing their butt off who have never lived the record, and they're just singing because they can sing. Like I can hit runs.
That's what artists are. Yeah.
But I'm like, you have to find some part of you to relate to that song. Otherwise, it's not gonna be nothing more than just.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean artists. I meant stars. Stars couldn't do that.
There's some out here. Like Chris Stapleton, when he did the national anthem, he found a way to relate. Like, bro, that's one of the best national anthems we had in a long time.
What national?
You didn't hear him do the national anthem at the Super Bowl? I think like what, 2 years ago. Bro, he killed that shit.
Bro, I'll be going to Super Bowl.
But I'm saying like
second half.
a song as simple as the national anthem that you've heard every year since you was in kindergarten. Like, bro, that song went crazy. Like he put his emotions behind it, whether it was the simplest song as national anthem or
just like
Mary Had a
Marvin Gaye
Little
did
Lamb.
that.
He knows how to put that emotion behind the record, whatever record he's singing. He finds a way to relate to it.
Marvin Gaye did the same thing.
We're missing that in a lot of artists now. Like
We are.
I feel like if
are.
you know how to lock into that, no matter what you sing, you're gonna feel something. You could sing "Mary Had a Little Lamb" and they're like, "Yo, Mary had that little lamb." I felt that. Like,
Yo,
because-
Mary had a little lamb. Fleece was white as snow. Hell went everywhere. That Mary with that lamb was sure to go. Boo, yow. Boo. You don't know that?
copyrighted.
You don't know
They're
that?
about to kick that off YouTube.
That's not
Copyright infringement.
That's not fucking copyright infringement. You never seen Sister Act 2?
That's why I'm saying copyright infringement.
They don't
They're
fucking
gonna boot
know
that off of here, bro.
Fuck out of here.
Come back for part 2.
You know what? Do come back for part 2. But before we go to part 2, bro, it's called Love in the Living Room. We got to talk about love, bro.
Bro, I feel the love. Like,
Nah, nigga. I mean,
it's genuine. You're not trying to force the
I'm not talking about
conversation.
me. I'm talking about we got to
I'm
talk
saying-
about love.
Okay.
Love, like the real thing, not me.
I feel like a lot of people got what love is construed in their mind because social media and movies or whatever. Like, it's not a feeling.
What is it?
I think it's what you do in spite of what you feel.
Oh.
Like, there's days that I don't want to get up and do stuff, but I know my daughter needs to be changed. I know she needs to eat. I know she needs clothes. I might wake up and be like, yo, I don't feel like doing nothing today.
Today I don't feel like doing anything.
Listen, last week she woke me up at 4 a.m. because she had to go to potty. We're working on potty training right now.
Shouts out to her.
Like, she's like, I have to go. I don't want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to run to the bathroom and help her sit on the toilet because I don't have the little potty chair in my house. I got the little seat, but that thing slides.
Yeah.
So I got to sit there and, like, she can't just go.
Right.
I got the big barn door in my bathroom. So I wake up at 4, we run in there. I didn't want to be there, but
I get it.
she's potty training. Like,
I get it. What about romantic love instead of familial love?
romantic love. I feel like a lot of people get caught up in looks or that one little moment. It's like, oh, I feel like this.
You know.
Listen, I know because I've been there.
No. I'm saying you said a lot of people get caught up on looks, but everybody has a type. You have a specific type.
I do not have a type.
You want to look right here and say,
I do not have a type.
okay.
Look at the camera. Tell them.
I'm looking. I do not have a type. I've never had a type.
Oh, me.
I have a type that I don't like. If you know, you know. Listen, I'm holding this drink. I ain't dropping it. I feel like if people looked past the outside surface and actually spent time getting to know somebody,
Uh-huh.
then you would know like this will never work.
I agree.
Like, there's certain things that I know that I will not put up with. Like, if I cook, I'm cleaning up before I go to bed. Like, imagine 20 years of doing that and dating or marrying somebody. That's going to be the one thing that pisses you off for the rest of the day. And now you got in this big argument because you knew you didn't like that.
But
it's like little character traits that if you actually pay attention, like, I could live with that.
Is that worth the love, though?
It's not so much love. It's
because you can love somebody that you're not
I feel like
with.
You don't take the time to actually get to know a person before you love them.
That's true.
There's people that I love that I will never see or speak to again.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. There's people I love that I was like, bro, I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm going to love you from over here, but don't ever fucking talk to me.
That's true.
Never fucking talk to me. Don't call my phone. I see you in public. I'm like, do I know you? Nah, you got me confused with somebody else.
Yeah.
I've done that before. Like,
I mean, that's a lot, but
I know you. I know the type of person you are. And though I got love for you, I know how you move. And how you move is not genuine. How you move is not real. I used to clown around with people. But I decided I don't want to be in a circus no more. So I left. I still got love for you. I mean, you're still a nice person, but you're still lying to yourself. So how are you going to be real with me when you don't even know who you are?
That's true. I don't got. Don't look at me like that.
Who else am I looking at?
I'm just saying.
You're interviewing me.
That boy cooking.
Yeah, he's definitely cooking.
It's
got hot in here.
Yeah.
I can want something for you, but if you don't see it in
You gotta want
yourself,
it for yourself.
you're only gonna be as much as you accept. Like, I never saw myself being an artist. It took my friends putting a song out and me forgetting about it and not coming back. It's like, hey, bro, did you look at this? I'm like, what? It's like, bro, your song's doing numbers. You don't have a lot of streamers that come through every month, but like the people who have heard it, they can relate to it and they keep coming back to it. Drown's not my best record. I got songs that if I ever put out, I said, oh, this is gonna be the one. But I never plan on putting music out. I like music, I like musicality. I like going through and coming up with different ways to say something that.
And you're a hell of a DJ, bro.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You are a hell of a DJ. So you understand music.
How to manipulate music.
Yeah, you understand how to manipulate music. You understand BPMs. You understand the flows of music being able to go into one record from another record that may be completely opposite, but
I know what feeling
it,
as you said, emotes.
Like, yeah, you know how to make the crowd emote to the music that you're playing.
When I first started doing music, I was writing records that I wish I was hearing. I couldn't find what I wanted to hear. I couldn't find what I wanted to express. So I wrote it myself.
You in love with music?
Most definitely. She doesn't always love me, but I will always love music. We broke up a couple times. We got back together, spun the block.
So this is what you did in spite.
I always come back to it. As many times as I've left and said, oh, I'm not doing this no more. When there was a time during COVID when my DJ stuff got stolen, I'm like, yo, I'm done. I'm not doing this no more. I've got 9+ years worth of catalogs I'm not going to be able to recreate. I've got sets that I've built that I just keep adding to and taking from and piecing together. And like, I knew my laptop. If I give you my laptop, you know how to DJ, you're like, you're lost because you don't know what my catalog is. You don't know how I have it set up. Like,
I wouldn't know how to do it anyway.
You could do it, but you wouldn't do your best set because you don't know what you're looking for. Like,
I wouldn't do my best set anyway because I'm only listening for my ears. Like,
but
I don't give
sometimes
a fuck.
That's what works. If you can command a room, it don't matter what I walk into. Sometimes, if I'm in that zone, I'm like, yo, this is how I'm feeling. You're gonna feel this the same way. If someone plays the guitar well, you can feel how they feel. Mm-hmm. If I'm feeling that way, I can walk in the room and like whatever I'm doing, you're gonna feel that. I've had some brunches where I was like, bro, we're doing R&B. You guys will be singing all day, whether you like it or not. And the guy before me was building up to, I was going primetime trap. I'm like, nah, bro, we're taking this right back down. But it worked because that's what the room like went right in my hand. But there's been days that I dropped the ball completely. I was like, okay, cool. It's prime time. Let me go ahead and drop this record. And it bombed, bro. Like, I'm like, bro, I read the room.
I wasn't there.
I mean, but you do it so many times, you're going to have days that doesn't hit. There's been some days I thought, like, bro, this is trash. People are like, yo, that was crazy. So you're not always in tune with everything.
It's about you're not gonna please everybody. But with that being said, before we get into this record, right? We're gonna take a little break, but before we take the break,
Mm.
I'm gonna ask you this question:
Oh no.
Can a woman pull you away from music?
Like forever or for a period of time?
Can a woman pull you away from music?
I feel like not forever. I always come back to it. But I feel like if there's a time that you need me, and I got to step away for a little bit. If you're the right person, I can.
Well said.
Look.
It's hard to follow when you